welcome to the first episode of Abstract Pill. My name is Alex and this is my brother and co-host.
Hi, I'm Andy, nice to meet you guys.
In the coming weeks and months, we're gonna keep you up to date with everything that's happening on the Abstract blockchain.
So before we jump into what's been happening on Abstract, let us give you a TLDR of what Abstract is and why it's one of the biggest upcoming opportunities in crypto.
We really need to get this information out there because most people don't care about news if they don't really know what the thesis of something is. So let's start at the beginning and very shortly, what is Abstract and who's the team building it?
So Abstract is a layer 2 blockchain built by Luca Netz and his team. If you've been living under a rock and have never heard of Luca Netz, well, he's the guy who took over Pudgy Penguins, one of the most popular NFT collections on Earth. He turned it into a global IP, the likes of which has never been seen in crypto.
This is very true, and actually while the entire crypto NFT space was slowly bleeding to zero, Pudgy Penguins was the only collection that actually in dollar terms went, I believe, 100x, and in Ethereum, like it did like a 20-30x. Luca Netz has proven that he's a great builder, that he can, market like nobody else, and he has turned Pudgy Penguins, as you said, into a global IP. And what's even more incredible is that every day thousands of people buy Pudgy Penguin toys in retailers like Walmart and Target and other retail stores around the world.
I've also seen them in Dubai.
Everywhere, yeah, they are literally everywhere. And those people that are buying the Pengu toys, they don't even know that they're connected to a crypto NFT brand, basically, which I think this is one of the most bullish things.
I don't think they're from anything. I think they're just penguins.
They're called Pudgy Penguins.
Yeah.
It's an NFT. Are you familiar with crypto at all?
No.
This is how the masses are going to be onboarded to crypto.
Not only through toys, but actually if we take a look on the Pudgy Penguins social media accounts, I have in front of me Instagram, they have almost 2 million followers. And if we go on TikTok, they have like 700,000 people following them here as well. And I bet you that 99.5% of people don't even know that these cute figurines are connected in some way to crypto.
Yeah, I think everybody's girlfriend or wife or kids, sent them at some point one of those TikTok videos because they're just so relatable. They're very, simple, well-made, well-animated, and very, very relatable. They depict stories that happen in real life and they're funny and stuff like that. So they really went the extra mile to connect with the community and to actually build Pudgy Penguins into a massive, massive brand.
It's basically like the Trojan horse that's gonna bring crypto in everybody's life without them even noticing it or being upset about it.
Yeah, that is true, because as soon as you mention NFT or crypto, people are angry, we don't care about crypto, NFTs are scams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Luca Netz and his team have a good track record that they are able to build hype and to market stuff. And now they're building Abstract, which is an Ethereum layer 2, which is designed to be a consumer-friendly blockchain to onboard the masses to crypto, as we mentioned, without boring them with technical terms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna dive deeper into what Abstract is and what are some of the cool things that you can do on Abstract in future videos. Now let's go to the news and see what's been happening on Abstract.
Exactly. So the first thing we want to take a look at is the PENGU ETF, which was officially filed this Monday, making it the second ever meme coin after Dogecoin to get a spot ETF. And not only that, this would be the first ETF in the world which features an NFT collection, and that's Pudgy Penguins. So if you couldn't grab one yourself and you still don't think of getting one, it's gonna be even harder to buy it when it does another 10x from here.
That is true. The boomers are coming for the Pudgy Penguins and for the PENGU token, and it's incredible. And some people have been complaining that the PENGU price didn't go 10x, 100x in the last week. And I think this is something that usually happens in crypto because the spot ETF, rumor has been going around for the past couple of months. And what crypto does better than any other market is that it looks forward to the things that are going to happen. And PENGU actually did a 3x since this was announced a couple of months ago. So once the spot ETF is actually approved and we have all the boomer money coming into PENGU, I think that we're going to see a somewhat sustained upwards movement and PENGU becoming one of the leading meme tokens in the entire crypto space. And just very briefly, if you go on X and you look at VanEck, which is an asset manager founded in 1955, they have a Pudgy penguin as their profile picture. This is a serious business managing billions, hundreds of billions of dollars probably, and they have a Pudgy penguin as their profile picture. And we're seeing this time and time again. Companies that are embracing the trends and are leading the trends are going to be the big winners. We're seeing it with Tesla, with Nvidia, with other, massive companies that are embracing the trends, and we're now seeing it with Vanek here. And I'm sure that we're going to see a lot more funds filing the same PENGU ETF in the future.
And since you mentioned this, I think that Pudgy penguins will no longer be an NFT collection or PENGU just a meme coin. I think the entire ecosystem is going to be like a movement. This is how movement starts and feels like and looks like.
Yeah.
Everybody's adopting it because it's cool. It's the team behind it is very serious and dedicated and working hard to bring crypto in front of millions of regular users. So yeah,
that is true. And this is the reason why we're thinking it's one massive opportunity right now in the next at least 6 to 9 months, because a lot of people don't talk about it. People don't know about this. They're like, oh yeah, PENGU, the airdrop that I received went down 90%.
Just another meme coin.
Yeah, that's what they think. And I think the TVL on Abstract is like 30 million. That is nothing. That is like compared to Solana or Base, that is nothing. And it's gonna grow to billions and billions of dollars. And people that are gonna listen to this video are gonna be very happy when that happens.
So now we want to go deeper in the Abstract ecosystem. This week, if you haven't logged in, make sure you do, because right now if you go to the rewards tab, you can see that we have a new flash badge called Sugartown Burn badge. All you need to do to get this badge from the game is just head over to Sugartown, go to their website and just burn 1 energy, and that's it. You come back here and just claim this badge.
Let me explain a little bit how the badge system works on Abstract and why building on Abstract right now may be one of the best things that you can do as a builder, especially if you have a great product. People are expecting that there is gonna be an Abstract airdrop in the future. Nothing is confirmed, but that's what people think, and all the clues lead us to in that direction. You have this hub here with all the apps. To get people into a certain app every week or so, the Abstract team gives a badge that you can earn by actually going and doing something in the setup. For example, you go spend a little bit of money or complete a quest or do something to get people there. If you have a cool app that you want to build, come to Abstract and build it there, because there are hundreds of thousands of people waiting to jump on it day one. Now let's have a look at what the ecosystem projects have been doing, and there's so many things and so many projects that are actually doing stuff that we cannot cover them in this video. We're just gonna look at a couple of them. One of the games that we just talked of is called Gigaverse, and they introduced a new thing, another update, which is a fishing update. And this fishing competition is taking place right now in the game. If you're late to it, you still have a couple of days remaining. And how was your experience fishing in Gigaverse? Can you show us, what kind of fish you caught and, how your experience has overall been?
Yeah, so basically all you have to do is go to the lake in the lower part of the map. You just go here by the bucket, use the bait and fish for some fishes. After you catch your fish, you just go to Tono, the guy here with the shop. You can just sell everything you caught. But the thing is that in this fishing competition that Gigaverse is doing, and you have 3 days left to do it, all you have to do is catch as many GigaPengus as you can. Right now I have like 7 of them. How many do you have?
I think I have like 4 or 5.
Okay. And the #1 person in the leaderboard, he's gonna get a very good prize. So the first place in the leaderboard would get a 1 out of 1 fisherman and first place trophy. The second place gets $500 and the second place trophy. And the places from 3rd to 7th, they would get $100 each and the 3rd place trophy.
You can check on their Discord like how many fishes, how many GigaPengus the top person has. I don't think with 7 GigaPengus you'll actually be in the top 5, but it doesn't matter.
I don't think so either, but actually every GigaPengu you catch is a raffle ticket for a very interesting prize, which would be 1 ROM to 3 random people.
Which is their NFTs, their in-game NFTs, which is going to give you more energy to be able to play. And Gigaverse is not just a fishing game. It's like you go into a dungeon and you fight bosses, and the goal is to go to get to the end of the dungeon. It's like a rock, paper, scissors type of game. You can check it out in the Discover page of Abstract.
Yeah, and make sure you go fishing instead of fighting for the next 3 days until the fishing competition ends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get at least 1 giga Pengu, you know, fish until you catch it. There are a lot of tutorials on how to increase your chances to fish it, so just check that out. We have a new game that was featured on the Abstract portal, and it's called Moonship Cannon, and it's currently #1 in the featured area. I didn't play it, so if you played it.
Do you want to have a demonstration?
I don't know if you have time for a demonstration, but
It's very easy to understand. You just set your cannon the way you want it to shoot, and you just press space to launch. And you need to be careful. All you have to do is land on a mushroom or an alien or a spaceship.
no.
And you don't do anything. You just hope to land on the good stuff, because if you land on the electricity thing, you just lose your money. And the same happens if you land on a flag. So that's it. It's #1. Right now it's #1 in the Spotlight app. So if you haven't tried it out, make sure you do, because maybe it's gonna help us with the XP on next Tuesday.
So it's not like the next GTA 6,
No.
but usually the games that are in the Spotlight are the games that are going to give you the most XP for the week.
We think.
Yeah. And the XP system is basically how they're going to track, you know, who did the most on-chain activity and who interacted with the chain most, in case there is going to be an airdrop in the future. Cool, so that is that. Let's have a look at XP of the week. There are some people who are making tons and tons of XP, and Tuesday is the day when, you know, the XP is given out and people will find out how much they did. And how much did you do, Andy?
1 second, because I started another ship game, and right now I'm on multiplier 5x. Let's see how much I can get. No, that's it.
And can you bet money?
Yeah, you bet money before.
Oh, so this is like a betting game.
It's like a betting game, yeah.
How much money did you make?
I made 5x, so 0.005 ETH. How much is that? Like $15. I bet 3 or 2, and I make 5.
You made 15 bucks?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. They give me $5.
No, thank you. So yeah, you just cash out if you win, and that's it.
Okay, cool.
You
cool.
start all over again.
Cool. So you're gonna pay the food today.
Yeah. Okay. And you asked me about the rewards, how much XP I got last week. I got 19,000 XP.
Which is quite a pretty good XP.
Yeah, it's okay. But take into account that I have a bonus, 32%, and I'm also a Pengu holder. How much did you get, Alex?
I got like somewhere around like 13,000 XP. I have one less bonus compared to you, but yeah, unfortunately my XP was a little bit less this week. But you know, the both of us compared to like the top XP earners, like nothing. Can you give us like the top XP earners?
Yes, I'm following them because I'm trying to see how I can increase my XP every week. I have some people here. Actually, I'm gonna take a look at the famous people on Abstract. So we have here Eli, he got 83,000 XP. We have Badly Nasty, who's a streamer on Abstract as well, because Abstract also has a streaming feature. He got 71K.
Wow.
Yeah. And last but not least, Cigar, the dev on Abstract, he actually had to implement a new tire because we have some users who actually reached the top tier, because if you see here, I have 72,000 XP out of 1 million, and we actually had some users who already reached 1 million, which was the top. So Cigar, he made a new tire, Diamond.
Which is gonna be like 10 million XP.
Yeah, it's gonna be 10 million because Mindful Market OG, this guy, he actually reached the top tier, the maximum number of XP for the previous tier. So right now he's on his way to gaining 10 million XP units.
That is wild. I heard some people being bearish about, you know, now we're gonna have to go up to 10 million, but I don't think the goal is to actually reach 10 million. I think it's just for this guy and, you know, for the other people that are getting over, you know, 100,000 EXP to still have a goal and to be able to earn XP in the future, which is cool. So congratulations to those guys. Maybe we can reach out to them and ask them, what are you guys doing, you know, to earn this type of XP? And, you know, besides all the bonuses that they have for being early here and, you know, stuff like that, let's maybe figure out what they're doing. Finally, at the end of this video, I want us to very quickly have a look at the top Abstract memes, because there will be people that they don't really care about, you know, all those XP and whatever and so on. So if you just want to go to Abstract and get some exposure to Abstract, the best way that we've seen this bull run is to actually allocate money to the top memes on the blockchain. We've seen it on Base, it was Brett and Toshi, and we're seeing it now here on Abstract. The top memes, I'm going to tell you what they are. The first one is Abster, which is actually the mascot, is in all the branding of Abstract. This is the #1 meme. And secondly, we have the second biggest meme token on Abstract is Newt. Newt, which is like a 70s meme. It was a penguin was doing like this sound. We're gonna add it in post-production. And now it's getting interesting because we have the top two, but you know what's next? And we have PENGU's wife. Her name is Polly. So we found it. It was like around 1 million market cap. And I realized that this pink PENGU is in every single TikTok made by the official Pudgy Penguin TikTok account. And she's like the wife of the original blue PENGU. And she went like, she skyrocketed, went 10x. Yeah, you can see there.
Yeah.
And she's, this angry girlfriend and emotional girlfriend, and she was always upset, she was always crying. And people realized that it went incredibly high. And I've seen people say that, if PENGU, the token, is sitting at, 1 billion, this should be at least 1% of that, which would be 10 million, which is very close to that. Mm-hmm. But I think still the biggest bet should be Abster and Newt. I personally know a lot of whales that are into Newt. And now we're gonna look at some gambles maybe. Gunner, that a lot of people don't know about. If you can open Pudgy Penguin, is another one of the official accounts of Pudgy Penguins. It's on X, it's more like degen, and it's like more like stupidly funny. And this is a meme coin made about that character, Pudgy Penguin. And this is super funny, a super funny account. And finally, we're gonna have a look at Big, which when it launched, it was the craziest token to ever launch on Abstract. And we've seen people from all over crypto bridge to Abstract, to buy and to, mine. This is a mining game where it simulates, Bitcoin mining on chain. It's a funny game, but we've seen a lot of people actually come and do it. And remember, I told you, this was a very similar game compared to one on Base, before Base blew up.
FriendPet.
It was FriendPet. And as soon as FriendPet, for those of you who have been in crypto for like the past 2 years, FriendPet was a game on Base that also had like a passive income generating, scheme in it. And a lot of people bridged because a lot of the influencers were making like thousands and thousands of dollars. And maybe Bitcoin was the FriendPet moment of Abstract compared to, what happened on Base.
Yeah.
It's down 99%. I mean, how much lower can it go? Like, we've seen it. We made a bunch of money in the beginning, like in the first couple of days, and we were getting crazy. I was making, with like $1,000 invested, I made a bunch of money, and then we were mining. I was making like $500 a day with very small investment, which is crazy because there are whales that invested thousands and thousands who are probably making like 10 Gs or 20 Gs a day. Was just incredible.
And I think we may have seen the bottom of this, especially because nobody or not too many people are talking or covering Bitcoin on X or any other places.
Yeah.
They lost faith in it.
After 99%, like, you cannot blame anybody. And I think there is one guy which, when it was near to all-time high, like, he breached like $300,000 to Abstract and dumped it all into Big, and then it dropped like from if you're watching this video, I'm sorry for you, but hang on. Like, he bought the top with 300 Gs, and then it dropped like 99%.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But it happens. Listen, it's crypto. I'm sure that he has more money than the 300 Gs if we're dropping it into Bitcoin. So I think with that, we're done. We talked enough. And yeah, do you have anything more to add?
We would like to feature people next Tuesday who are doing XP. So if you want to be featured in our video, just tag us and post an image of how much XP you got. Yeah.
And also, on top of posting just how much XP you got, just tell us maybe a brief description of what you did to get that XP. Like maybe if you're comfortable sharing your token holdings, like how many tokens you're holding, what games you played and stuff like that, because it's gonna help other people, earn more XP. Yeah, and if we're working as a team, I think that's, that's what really keeps a community strong, is people helping one another and lifting other people up.
Yeah, and also if you are a project or if you like a project, just tag us, I don't know, in a post on X, because we would love to cover what the project is doing and what you are interested in, so that many other people find out about what we are doing here.
Yeah, I think that's that. Don't forget to follow Andy here, and follow me as well if you want. And we'll keep you guys up to date with everything that happens on Abstract. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.